Gangadhar come online through video conferencing to address us. In fact, he had to stay back in Bangalore because our Prime Minister Modi had started the Swachhata Abhiyan from today until 27th. We are very thankful to him that he has agreed to come via video conferencing live, and he is here with us. And we'd like to request Professor Gangadhar to address all of us. Professor Gangadhar.
At the outset, let me thank Mohanji for inviting me to this important event, an event which was very dear to my heart. I did agree that I will come. I had made preparations to travel along with one of the other speakers by road. Unfortunately, several events cropped up at NIMHANS and I had to stay back. So I apologize to the entire group that I have missed the program. Personally, it is also a loss to me that I am not able to listen to many of the very inspiring speeches that Mohanji had organized. Now let's go back to what I intended to share with you in this brief lecture. This program has been organized by the Ramakrishna. The person whose image comes to my mind is Swami Vivekananda. And as you all know, this year is the 125th year of this historic speech in Chicago. Just for your information, it was 100 years. 1993, I was in Chicago. They unveiled the bust of Swamiji in the Chicago. So it was that lucky coincidence I was there. And now, of course, it's a lucky coincidence that Mohanji has invited me to address on this occasion. All of you agree that when he said, "My dear sisters and brothers of America," there was a great applause. It appeared that people immediately connected to the Swamiji when he spoke. So, what made Swamiji to use these words, and what was the reason for people to get instantaneously connected with Swamiji? In our tradition, in our culture, we always have been speaking about Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The world is my family. Which means every member in this world is related to me. And very precisely, by that culture which gave Swamiji to the world, Swamiji automatically said, and very spontaneously, and perhaps that's what he would have said anywhere, not just in Chicago, wherever he would have addressed, he would have used the same words. My dear sisters and brothers of the place. This statement is not an artificial formality to impress other people, but I think it came from his heart. It came from his heart, which made people immediately connect to him. And you know, Swamiji's visit in that place, in that country, he spoke about many things about our culture. As a practitioner of yoga, as a practitioner of yoga into therapy, Swamiji's preachings on yoga is what has attracted me. What is there in yoga that has become so popular today? I was in a friend's house. His daughter, who then was an adolescent girl, had put images of various yogis, yogasana postures, photos in her room and also in their sitting room. I curiously asked my friend, postures and yoga photos. He said, it is my daughter. She is very attracted to yoga. So I said, can I talk to her? She was reading in the next room and she came out. To me, what occurred was an adolescent girl attracted to a forum or a mall or a movie or a dress or a fashion, etc., etc. But this girl is attracted to yoga. I asked her, what made you get attracted to yoga? You know what her words were? Yoga makes me feel connected. This feel connected in yoga is what attracted me. I asked her, what do you mean by connected? I feel connected to my teachers, to those who are doing yoga with me, to my family members, to my classmates. I feel connected to the society. I feel connected to the world. To me, that feeling of being connected appealed. And this is something that we have actually not paid attention in neuroscience. Yoga helped her to feel connected. This was about almost 20 years ago. When I came back, I started getting preoccupied with this yoga and being connected. And I started looking up literature and I started looking up what it means. And you know that yoga, the word comes from that primary word called as yuj, means to connect. Samyoga yoga ityukto jivatma paramatmanaha. In a spiritual sense, it blends my personal consciousness with that cosmic consciousness. It connects. But in the process, this connection could perhaps start with the nearby consciousnesses. Why not? And that's what probably she felt. If I am connected with another person, that may be the initial step of that super connectedness that yoga will achieve in that samadhi. That ultimate of my spiritual transcendence, which samyoga yoga ityukto jivatma paramatmanaha. If yoga can bring in that to that final stage in my spiritual transcendence, in its initial processes, initial effects, why not it connect me with the neighboring consciousnesses? This is the hypothesis I constructed in my mind. Maybe she is right. This is what she said, being connected. She feels connected. Although this feeling connected is not something that we have understood very clearly from neuroscience until recently. So I went on to look at whether this experience of being connected can be exploited in my clinical practice. So this feeling connected seems to be the third most commonly cited benefits of yoga in many research studies that I have found out. Amongst the top 10 experiences they get after practicing yoga, connectedness feeling is one of the common ones. And no wonder it connected the entire world. In the year 2015, when we did the Yoga Day celebrations, before that, of course, the International Yoga Day was announced by the UN. Somehow that very idea of doing yoga across the countries in masses connected people. At the same time, at 7 o'clock on the 21st, 2015 morning, June, everywhere at 7 o'clock in each of their country at that 7 o'clock. Although since the time variations are there across countries, at 7 o'clock everybody did yoga. Everybody did yoga. The world yoga instantaneously had the effect of connecting. And people did connect themselves, did perform mass yoga asanas and were very jubilant about it. And year after year, the number is only increasing and more people are getting connected to do the yoga together. I am sure that connectedness is there in them in that part of the time or as they continue to practice. So I was attracted how I can use this feeling of connectedness in my clinical practice. I treat people with depression, I treat people with schizophrenia, I treat people with anxiety disorders. In all these situations, people feel isolated. People seclude themselves in depression. They think that nobody can help them and they are worthless. They have end their life, that's about it. There's nothing else in their life. Everybody blames them. So that connectedness has gone off and he or she feels alone, suffers from that and ends up sometimes in suicide or suffers being lonely, suffers being isolated. Look at another condition, schizophrenia. This suffering may not be there or may be there, but the person is truly disconnected from the society. In fact, the word schizophrenia, schizo means cutting off. In our own mind, my thoughts and my feelings are cut off from each other. My perceptions and my feelings are cut off. I am cut off from my family member. I am cut off from my colleagues. I am cut off from my profession. I become more and more isolated person, useless. I don't suffer myself though I don't know whether I am suffering or not, but that connectedness actually is lost. A human being is a connected individual. More connected, he will feel more secure. Here is the situation in depression, it gets disconnected. In schizophrenia, it also gets disconnected. In depression, he yearns to get connected but is not able to do it. In schizophrenia, he doesn't do that yearning, but he still remains unconnected. So I thought if this connected feeling has a thing that will happen because of yoga practice should be able to help these two conditions. Intuitively, I thought it would happen. And of course, literature shows that it happens, that schizophrenia patients get better, depression patients get better. So we also did the experiments, we have started conducting studies, and now more and more people are into receiving yoga for depression, receiving yoga for schizophrenia, because we found that there is substantial evidence that in these two conditions, either with or without drugs, yoga practice made benefit them. It improved them. Now the issue is not that the experience of feeling connected and using that experience that is generated by yoga for therapy of these people. I wanted to look at the neuroscience of it. In fact, I am reminded of one of the statements of Swamiji saying that science has to be exploited for understanding the environment, understanding the nature. In fact, he was a strong protagonist of using scientific methods. And in fact, I thought this science application, neuroscience application of this feeling of connectedness, can I do it? Can I examine? So, went on to look at the neuroscience of yoga. What is the neuroscience of yoga? Can I understand whether this connectedness feeling can be generated truly because of the practice of yoga? Yes. The experiment that we have conducted over the course of the last 3-4 years, following our observation that yoga works in depression, works in schizophrenia, they feel more connected. In fact, I cannot afford to miss this anecdote which will explain what this meaning of connectedness in patients getting better. This was a mother, about 55 or 60 years old, who met me in the yoga center when I was coming out after a discussion on some research forum. And she saw me and she said, smiled me and thanked me. I couldn't place her. Then she said, my son has been coming here for yoga therapy for last almost 8 months. So today I came to specifically thank all the yoga team. Thank the yoga team. What does that mean? And she said, Doctor, you remember 8 months back when I came to the hospital, you asked my son to be taken to yoga. The son was an engineer, had been suffering from schizophrenia for last more than 18 years. Like I described, a patient of schizophrenia is very isolated, disconnected, he doesn't apply his mind, he doesn't emote with the family members, he is all by himself in his own world. Schizophrenia. His mind was split. There was one part of it which was there when everything was good, the one part of it which got burned out. So this was the person who has been receiving medicines. He had become better, but he had remained sort of not so well disconnected from the family for many years. This was a widowed mother hoping that she would get him back to work. She had brought him to NIMHANS. We examined, and I had said that you also practice yoga, go to our yoga therapy center. He brought him there and he started coming there. In the next 2-3 months, he started getting better. And this lady saw him getting better and he started going to work. And you know why she had come on the day to come and personally thank the yoga team? The previous day she had the birthday and she recalled how much improvement this person has already made. The words she used was, "Doctor, you won't understand what I want to explain about the improvement in him. You have given me back my son." I tried to ask her, what do you mean by he gave you back your son? Means what? Doctor, he was totally detached. He was all by himself. Now these days, last at least 2-3 months, he's been asking me, do you want to go to the temple? Should I bring something from the market? He started going to work. Very interestingly, doctor, yesterday was the thing when I really felt my son has come back. What happened? Yesterday was my birthday. My birthday, he remembered, till last many years, my birthday was a non-issue as far as he was concerned. He told me, "Amma, we will do the birthday this evening, I'll come back." He brought the sweets which I liked most. I never imagined that he would ever do it. He brought the sweets which I liked most, and he brought a sari, color which I had liked most in the past. And he said, "You like this color?" "No, I brought this sari, I brought this sweet." This was the time, doctor, I felt that he is back to normal. He is now totally attached. I feel connected. So this connection made an influence in this patient and he got better. We measure there are many psychological tests that we use to measure this connectedness, social cognition. I'm not going into those details. I'm coming back to the neuroscience of it. What happened in the brain that made this change? The brain, they describe what is called as mirror neurons. Mirror neurons are the ones which will help me to emotionally connect, physically connect in a way with other people. I say namaskara to a very close friend, he'll spontaneously say namaskara. And in fact, the brain reacts faster if both of us are intimately, emotionally connected. I try to shake hand with a person. A new person may bring the hand slowly, whereas a person with whom I am very close, his hand would have come even faster than my hand. Which means the very emotion triggers that action identically in both the brains, mirroring neuronal activity. These mirror neurons can be tested. Today there are a lot of tests that are possible. We examined whether this mirror neuron activation gets better if a person practices yoga. Healthy subjects who practiced yoga for 2 weeks to 4 weeks, we were able to demonstrate a significant improvement in the mirror neuron function. Depressed patients where the mirror neuron functioning has become lower compared to healthy subjects, give yoga, the mirror neuron activity gets better. Schizophrenia individuals, mirror neuron activity is much lower compared to healthy subjects. To give them yoga, the mirror neuron activity improves. This neurophysiological basis for the mirror neuron activation, we went on to look at what contributes to this. Is there any hormone, any chemical, anything that is produced by a yoga practice? Yes. Yoga practice increases one hormone called as oxytocin. Oxytocin is a hormone which makes people feel loving to each other. In fact, the mother loves her child even more dearly, although it is born just a day earlier. Oxytocin is very high in her blood, so she feels very connected. It is biologically required. Oxytocin is low in people with autism who are again very isolated. Schizophrenia in chronic people, oxytocin levels are low. To treat these conditions, they give oxytocin sprays. Oxytocin spray makes the person feel more connected, more socially, cognitively able. So now here we have yoga, which automatically increases oxytocin when yoga is practiced. So it looks like an endogenous oxytocin supplier. The yoga improved the mirror neurons to the oxytocin. The mirror neurons improved the social cognitive abilities, which is what the brain changed. And the social cognitive abilities brought out this experience of connectedness, which he perceives and also the others perceive. So this connectedness feeling is something that yoga would enhance. Ill people and also the well. And no wonder the yogis instantaneously started feeling when they are continuing to practice and practice and practice. It is not just my world is entire, my connected, my family is the entire world. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Everyone is my family. I am able to connect to everybody. More and more people practice yoga, more and more people get connected. And persons who have practiced yoga very well, they instantaneously get the feeling of connectedness with others. And that drives from the heart, that's driven by the emotions. No wonder Swamiji very spontaneously and by heart said, "My dear sisters and brothers of America." And this saying communicated that feeling also. And no wonder the entire mass rose. Yoga can make this change. Yoga can make me a more a complete person, a person with full of emotions required for positive interaction with the society. And yoga, in these effects, has a neurological, neurophysiological basis, which is today testable, and we can demonstrate that this will happen. And continuing to have this feeling, continuing to get this feeling of being connected, will actually protect my own brain. We have demonstrated in our own laboratories and other laboratories, yoga practice continuously actually protects the brain from decay. So put together, yoga has to be practiced. No wonder Modi ji said it should become an international subject, and it had to get a formal status. The International Yoga Day was declared. Yoga is now being practiced all over the places. And doctors, allopathic doctors who never heard of practicing yoga are now recommending yoga for treating conditions, not just from mental disorders, which I do, but from a host of other disorders as well. So, friends, on the day on which we are observing the 125th year of Swamiji's historic speech, which actually popularized yoga in the West. Yoga practice in the West, they clearly see the first milestone as Swamiji's tool popularizing yoga, and so we call his contribution to making yoga reach all the youth, and which made me practice yoga, which made me apply yoga, and which made me do the research on yoga. And I am sharing these observations with all of you. I am happy to welcome you anytime to our yoga center, interact with our colleagues and see the experiments that we have done and we are doing, both in terms of clinical population, healthy population, behavioral studies, and the neurophysiological, biological studies. So with these few words, I congratulate all of you for making this event possible. I wish all of you the very best. Thank you, Mohanji, and thank you for all of you.
Thank you, Professor. We are really indeed very honored to have you with us here.